Your host, James, the HR and BD manager here at Liquidium, and I'm joined by our wonderful CMO, Mr. Jay, here for a brand new type of episode for you today. So first, let's go ahead and kick things off. Since it's the lunch club, we want to show you guys the eat situation before we jump into the content here. Jay, what do you have going on over there, man?
I'm prepared, but I do have some, I don't know what you call it, but it's basically some called burek with like spinach in it and cheese. Processed food, but the grinding, so there's not that much time to cook. But yeah, it tastes all right.
Looks pretty good.
And you, James?
Oh, I'm in the same type of boat, man. It's the grind. I got what we Americans call pizza rolls, fresh out the air fryer, nice and crunchy. And then I got a Dream Seeker ale going on. It's like a raspberry blonde nitro beer. It's really smooth. It kind of tastes like what Americans call juicy juice. It's like a sweet, like juice type of taste. It's really good. So we'll stop shilling.
I mean, you Americans, you have like crazy drinks. I only have water here.
Dude, we like to come up with a million different flavors for everything. It's kind of overkill. Let's go ahead and kick things off. Today we're going to do a little bit different of a format. We're going to have our founder's journey with our CMO here and have a little bit of insight into what has made the man and what has got him here at this point in being CMO of Liquidium. So first, Jay, let's go ahead and start off. As your journey has been, give us some insight into your background, sort of your trajectory of your human beingness and what has like built you into being what you are today.
Yeah, so I have to say I always was interested in like marketing, like how can you build communities and so on. Like I've been kind of a social guy, so I always were more extrovert. Therefore, like I decided to dive into marketing. Graduated high school, did a degree in marketing, and then basically met Robin, our beautiful CEO, and just started to work with him. Started to dip into crypto. We started to kind of see how we can build communities and how we can how you do stuff in Web3, and that's what basically built me. I think to do stuff like this, you need to be an extrovert. You need to it's really important to talk to people, to communicate, like how to communicate stuff and so on. And I mean, moving back in the days, like I professionally sang operas, like when I was small.
Whoa.
So I always was like exposed to like a lot of people, and I needed to talk to a lot of people. That made me who I am today, and
that's really cool.
I love it.
I think that's a little bit different background than I've ever heard. A professional opera singer. I think we got to do our due diligence here. Jay, can you sing us some notes for the audience?
Nah. Should I sing some?
If you want to, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Oh, let's hear it. Is there a Liquidium album coming soon? Come on, let's go.
Nah, I'm not singing, bro.
He edged us.
Let's do it like this. As we need some more content, right? I will sing you guys a song in the future or prepare something.
Okay.
Then you can need to listen to some opera.
Okay.
For that.
Yeah, no, we'll take you up on that for sure. So you guys heard it here. It's on recording. future episode, we will have Jay featured on here and belt some notes for us. It's gonna be crazy. Now that's sweet.
Yes,
A
sir.
question I have for you is, so going back to say like high school time, what would you say people viewed you like in school? Were you like serious about your studies? Were you kind of class clown, funny guy? What was kind of your personality in school, and like what did you value when you were in school?
I mean, that's fun. Like, I took school seriously, so I learned and I prepared for exams and so on. But like me and my buddy, we were always like the guys making fun. Like there were some teachers and they loved us, and some teachers they just hated us. So yeah, for me it was like always like hustle and be present and do stuff, because for me it wasn't always that easy that I just went into exams, just had A pluses and so on. But like on the other side, you always need to have fun in life, right? So I wasn't that serious in school, and I think people enjoyed it. Um, I think it's important to make other people laugh, and don't be that serious about yourself. So yeah, that's what I did in school. How I saw school, mm, I would say I didn't like it at first, but like once you get older, and once you get like I'm from Germany, and you have like those like we have like it's called gymnasium. And then you have basically 2 to 3 last years where you basically prepare for like high school graduation. And I love this time because you kind of matured, and you kind of you like you were on the same level at the end as like the teachers, which was pretty nice, because in the beginning you're just like a small child doing this stuff, doing your stuff there, right? Um, but all in all, like I love school. Hanging out with the people every day. I think that's the time with like university where you see your friends the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see them every day, and you do stuff every day. And
right.
I think that's pretty valuable. But how it is always in life, you always value things after you experience them. Yeah, that's I think human nature, right?
100%. So going back a little bit too, you mentioned that you like to do opera on the side, but was there anything that kind of stuck with you extracurricularly, like outside of school and besides opera, that you've continued to do as either a hobby or an interest, other than Liquidium, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, football, like soccer, was a big part of my life. Like as I said, you're always with your friends, and you do stuff there. So soccer, um, and then some. I did produce some music. I tried to do it, back in the days. I bought guitars and so on, but I never reached any level of doing that. Um, so yeah, um, but yeah, for me it was always like music, and sports, running, doing stuff like this. Also swimming. I swam a lot.
Oh.
And yeah, for me that was important. Like to be in the outside, right? Not to be in the inside. I look right now, no, just kidding. But like being the outside, and yeah, do activities, and at best with friends, right?
Yeah, another thing people might not know too is that you really like to run and you do half marathons and things like that, correct?
Yeah, sometimes, but yeah, I do have marathons when I have time. I actually want to run one tomorrow again.
Ooh, yeah.
It's been a long time since I did this, almost 3 months. Yeah, but maybe tomorrow is the time. So looking forward to it.
Well, one thing I can say like that is a theme in your life throughout, from an outsider perspective, is that you've had an underlying motivation of like kind of a tenacity where you get after it. Like when you have a goal in mind or when you have a vision set forth for something, you will go above and beyond and always be on 100 to get to that. That's what I've noticed, and that's such a good quality to have, especially as like a founder, to have that underlying drive and a passion. So it's been really cool to see that as well.
Yeah, and I think that's important. I would say like I have an underlying passion for stuff I love to do. But yeah, as for Liquidium, like how we spend hours, like for example, when the RSIC airdrop happened, right, and like people were like, oh, how can we claim our RSIC out of the escrow and so on? I was like, oh guys, how do we do this? Setting up customer support and like strive for success there. But yeah, I think it's important that somehow pursue stuff and do it right. Of course, I'm not following everything in detail. I don't have the time for it, but yeah, appreciate that.
Absolutely. No, a lot of our users will know this, but you do a lot to help clear like congestions and tickets and discords and things like that. So not only are you like doing the high level stuff and planning for marketing and road mapping for our initiatives, but also you get your hands dirty in the weeds. And like in New York, you were cranking it out, bro. Like
bro, even in January, like Robin and me, we went to El Salvador Bitcoin Beach as we wanted to just see the economy there and like see how Bitcoin is adopted there. And in the end, it's not adopted there. But as you said, for me, planning high level stuff, and I've been in the trenches. Like, I mean, I stay Garo here and so on. Like, wow. Like I texted people. I was like, okay, give us a few more days. We're sorting this out and so on, and just communicate to people and then setting stuff up. But yeah, as I said, it's important, and even though it's sometimes stressful, users make your platform, right? And that's what you have to strive for as a founder, as a coworker, and I think that's pretty important.
Agreed. I think that actually feeds right into my next question for you. To build off of that is, if you were to have like a golden set of rules or things that you live by when you do marketing campaigns for Liquidium, what are, I guess, would be like your ideal structure for that, your framing? So like who do you think about, or what do you think about when you're creating approaches to your marketing campaigns?
I mean, it depends, right? It depends what campaign you do. So you have smaller campaigns when you're like, okay, we integrate something where you have like low hanging fruits, right? It's just okay, we post about the project, then it's going live. Maybe if there's time, reach the project itself to maybe set up a space and so on. So there are different ways of like structuring stuff, right? So they're like, as I said, like pretty not low level stuff, like low hanging fruits. For example, you may will see it. We listed Psycho Hamster. There's just posting meme. We know the guys. They post something about us, but then on the other side you have like bigger things, right? Like we migrated from V2 to V3, or like we basically introduced rules, lending and borrowing, and they brought it out to first player right now, and therefore you need like more planning, right? It's like, okay, how do we want to roll out? Like, how do we want to explain stuff? Okay, we need clear documentation. We need Discord announcement. We need Twitter announcements. Do we want to make a space? Also leverage people inside the ecosystem, as we have like cool connections to different individuals and people, and therefore you need like more in detail planning. Okay, you have the blog side, and not the blog side. You have the documentation side and the communication side. how do you communicate, also how do you roll out. Then of course during that time it's always like how, like I'm in constant contact with like the dev team, like okay, how do we do it right now? Is this stuff set up on the UI, right? So for those campaigns, a bigger type of planning, how I do it, it's kind of gut feeling too, right? And you learn, right? Every time you do something new, you learn, you adapt, and you make it better. And I think like also shout out to you and Kate, who's normally leading the LAC here. Yeah, you've been helping me, right? Um, and I think that's also then important. Okay, distributing tasks and see, okay, can you do this? Can you do that? But yeah, as I said, on the one side we have like the low-hanging fruits, which are constant content, easier ones, and then like bigger campaigns, like the Wound stuff and stuff which is coming soon.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is how I approach things. Um, of course, can always do it better or like even more in detail. But as I see marketing, it's like yeah, you need to adapt and you need to be fast, right? So that's how we basically do it here.
Yeah, great explanation. And to piggyback on that, even I think you do a really good job within those different buckets of posts of tailoring it a bit to the reader that makes sense. So when it's more, general updates or features for the platform, it's written as something that'll help the user understand what is going on from them, and it's not just like a bunch of jargon thrown at them and they got to kind of figure it out. Like you post a video and there's a walkthrough and it's very user friendly. And also with like the partnership posts, I've noticed like you do a good job at making it like a mutually beneficial post, not just like a one-sided post for either us or them. It's like a very good conglomeration of vocabulary to do it like that.
Yeah, it's always important to see both sides, and also there like for us if we list something or if we of course there's trash out there, I have to say that, but like we see those vibrant communities and we're always happy to support them now. And for example, users say, hey, can you this, that? I mean, we do it, of course, do your own research if you then war against it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty important stuff.
Yeah. Well, one more like spot on this. I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs and people with projects who watch us and are friends with in the ecosystem here. For those of them who may be starting marketing initiatives for their project or might be doing some type of planning to do so, what are some words of advice that you would give them in terms of that planning and execution?
I'd say always have a backup plan. Never plan in marketing, never plan according to in detail timelines, because you actually, of course you can piece stuff and so on, but in the end you're reliant on the dev team or eng team who's like putting out the product, right? And therefore it's like, okay, how can we how can you do, how do you set up things and how do you plan things? And then, as I said, always have a plan B. What if it doesn't happen on day X?
Mm-hmm.
What if, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
contingency
therefore I'd
plans.
say in Web3 it's always leverage partnerships, but also we kind of experience that of course we want to have partnerships, but like what is the partnership per se, right? So I wouldn't say that everything is a partnership. So when we list something, it's not a partnership. Like we list it and we support them. Like points multiplier is how we did it with Magic Eden or Express. Shout out to both of them. This is more of a partnership, right? So as I said, plan, but don't plan that in detail. Always have a plan B, leverage partners, and then of course leverage your product, because yeah, people use your product. And when the product is good, and I assume like Liquidium is a decent product, I'm a daily user too, you also want to leverage that. But we also had times when we didn't have any product and I had to market it. Last summer, it was way harder, but yeah. And one big advice to every founder marketer out there, always be proud of the product you're doing. And if you're not proud, think about what can be improved, but like always, yeah, be proud of what you're providing. Um, but adapt to feedback and be receptive.
Wise words spoken. Yeah, great feedback. Do you have like a marketing campaign that was your favorite to execute by chance? Or one that was the most fun?
Most, I'd say most fun or like most like favorite right now is the runes campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're kind of a bit behind schedule, not behind schedule, but like yeah. But I, I tend to like more complex campaigns, right? Also, like what I love was the transition from V2 to V3. Those biggerish campaigns, they're more fun because you need to think about stuff. Everything needs to be aligned, and you need to think more. The other campaigns per se, I wouldn't name them campaigns, are more like in between, which are just execution stuff.
No, that makes sense. You like the big projects. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Where, as a founder, where do you want to see Liquidium go in the future as a brand? Like, what vibe do you want to give off? What would be like if there is a comparison company? What would you want to see Liquidium become?
I mean, I wouldn't compare us to anybody else as we do pivotal and new stuff on Bitcoin layer one. But like where I want to see us as a brand is like the one-stop shop for Bitcoin assets on chain on Bitcoin layer one. Of course, you can. There's always room to pivot, but like this kind of brand, like Liquidium. Why did we choose the name? Like Liquidium is like okay, liquidity, Liquidium in that name. Why did we choose those colors? Yeah, Bitcoin native, orange, orange and black, like this bottle somehow. So yeah, I want to see us transition into a brand where people feel like, okay, this is a product where like, this is the top-notch product where I can, yeah, get a deal on my Bitcoin and where I can put my Bitcoin to use and the one-stop shop for fungibles and non-fungibles. And I think that's what we're showing, right? We've been here for non-fungibles since last last summer, right? And we are now here for fungibles too. And I think there's like a lot of stuff planned with fungibles. Obviously, the P2P approach is good, but like we're looking into pools. And yeah, if you want to compare us with something, I would see us in the future as the Aave Bitcoin Layer One. And yeah, I mean, also brand wise, it's like, okay, we always want to deliver high value stuff, therefore high value merch. I mean, you have the cap there. Yeah, high value events. Be, yeah, guys, be prepared for Nashville. I won't be there. James will be there. We're cooking something for Nashville with a good partner project. More info on that soon. But yeah, it's just this kind of shop, and we want to position like on the one side, like of course we're funding, we're degen, but on the other side we also still want to maintain this curiosity, if this is the word. And shout out to, for example, Magic Dina, like how they do it, their trusting and so on, but they're still funny. And I think this is some kind of bridge I want to get. Like trusted but funny, and somehow high quality.
I think you're exactly like all your points make complete sense. And I actually wanted to say again, like, I think between everybody's efforts, Robin, yours, Pete's, Kate, all of us, like, who even outward facingly, like keeping it authentic and having that line between professionalism and being fun is something that I think all of us on the team have like meshed about and just inherently kind of operate individually like that. So the culture within the company is definitely ideal in that sense of having a lot of fun and, for lack of a better sense, being friends with each other and seeing each other as peers, not exactly as like a hierarchy of manager, how it is. It's pretty free flowing, but there is structure. We do love to get stuff done and love to ship things, love to listen to the community and, continue building. But, as much as we are, on the computer and doing everything inside, we like to go outside too. And we like to go outside and meet each other outside. So yeah, back to Nashville. Nashville is going to be a bomb. We're definitely cooking up. Me, Kate, Pete, Robin might come, he said. We'll see. But we're definitely cooking up a little event, something for you guys, as well as some merch game, things like that. So stay tuned. Jay, we wish we could be there, man.
Yeah, I'm attending a concert in Germany. One of my childhood artists. So
nice. I'm not too sad then. You're gonna enjoy that.
I love the US, but more the countryside.
Yeah. Fair. Maybe not New York, huh?
I like it.
Okay.
It's kind of stressful, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for sure. Are there any upcoming things in Liquidium or Liquidium's roadmap that you would like to speak to specifically, or things that you're just excited about in general, runes, things like that? I know everyone always asking when.
Yeah, when. There's no mention about when yet. I'd say for us, it's like I'm pretty excited about the Bitcoin space, but everything what happens there. I mean, everybody's saying it, but so much untapped potentials. We're seeing stables with like NUSD. We're also in talk with another stablecoin protocol called USDH.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to check them out, from Hermetica Finance, they basically built a Bitcoin-backed stablecoin too. But yeah, as I said, stables and USDH is NUSD is also a good example, like on-chain stuff. And I think with runes and like fungibles like alts on Bitcoin, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Of course, you can get your get your fingers burned, but like this, pretty bullish on that. Pretty bullish on ordinals in general, even though we see them dipping or like less volume right now. But yeah, as I said, bullish on Bitcoin in general because. No, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I love other chains, but like, what is your goal? I mean, the goal in the end is like make more to put it back into Bitcoin, and now you can just use the Bitcoin. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the future of Liquidium. I think, like, okay, we did over 22,000 loans, over 110 million loan volume, and so on, but we're nowhere near done.
Just getting started.
Yeah, if the fun started, right? I'm pretty bullish. I love the P2P approach we're doing with runes right now. I think that this P2P approach is cool for also lower cap runes and so on. And like our holy grail is pools. Is pools. and providing stuff there. I think this is pretty interesting. And then of course also improve day by day our ordinary lending and borrowing product. See what we can put there, and just be that one-stop shop in Bitcoin. I just saw one question here. BTC, but the entire ecosystem depends on BTC. Yeah, of course, the entire ecosystem depends on BTC. But that's why it's good to operate on BTC, because I mean, we are.
I'm not gonna argue.
If you hold BTC, you're not that exposed to crazy price fluctuation, for example, compared to. I mean, ETH also not that much, but like you get it.
But then you talk about world adoption, right? What governments are adopting what, right? Bitcoin. ETH is cool, but everyone is adopting Bitcoin.
I mean, I love ETH.
Yeah.
I love Solana,
but everyone's adopting Bitcoin first. It's the big daddy. It's the number one most established, decentralized, all that. It makes sense, and that's just what it is. So everyone can play second fiddle, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's over $1 trillion market cap for a reason. Can't help it. What is your thoughts between Runes and BRC20? Which one do you like? Runes better? Are they just different to you? What are your thoughts? Hot take.
I'll take. We do have clear fragmentation between Asia and the Western market, right? Asia is more bullish on BRC20. We are more bullish on Runes. Love that. Don't come to Nashville and you get a when merge.
Nashville.
But I'd say I love both. I use Runes more. As for me, it's more user friendly. You don't need any transfer inscriptions and so on. Magic Eden and other protocols like Saturn, for example, they do a good job. So I prefer using Runes, but I don't have any reference, right? I mean, the market decides, and if we can, connect those two markets, like markets in Asia and the Western market, then it's good. And I mean, in the end, there is no good and bad. We want to see both of the stuff win. Because if both of the stuff fails, would be that good.
WPR answer, bro.
Oh.
WPR, bro. That was killer. Word.
Yeah.
I think this is a great time. If anyone has any questions they want to ask Jay, either about his trajectory or Liquidium, this would be a great time to write them in the comments here or request to come up on stage. I will say we'll announce the winners from last week's User of the Week giveaway right now. We had Francis Clyde F on X, and we had Monk 4963 on X. We got Francis's address. Monk, we just need you to send us your address, and then we'll get you sorted out for the 1K Liquidium points. And at the end of this show, we'll also announce what this week's activity is in order to qualify to win your 1K points for this week.
Oh, yeah. I see some feedback. Been trying the new Runes functionality today. I'm really impressed. Thank you, Wolfman. Really nice and simple interface. Yeah, that's also what for me is important, right? Is user easy UI UX and user friendliness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone has questions, come up to stage if you want.
We have one we could maybe touch on. One was what's next after Runes?
We'll see. I mean, what's next after Runes? BTC.
BRC.
Stables. BRC20s. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Look, I forgot. We will definitely also at BRC20 support again. But that's basically, lunch club. That's basically the roadmap.
Yeah, we can't let too much after that.
And-
The other stuff.
And I mean, if there's some clear winner, if there's some clear winner, again, maybe we will add functionality for that. But right now, we see 20 rooms and owners, of course.
Absolutely. I see. You have event invitation in Brussels here in the chat.
No, Brussels. I wanted to go there, but like I used this summer to be in the trenches.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
we need you in the trenches.
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
Is it possible to create some kind of pool in the future? Yes, it is. We are working with a partner for that. They're called Arch Network. There's nothing lined out yet. But yeah, there will we will be working on pool functionality. More for like known rooms, like for example RSIC, like bigger market cap rooms. And then basically you're able to use the pool up in and out. So yeah, that's our goal too. But yeah, we wanted to roll out rooms first in a P2P way, as it was easy for us. But yeah, cooking a lot of stuff. I just saw, guys, I just used the landing on rooms. Great work. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the lunch club is where the alpha is dropped.
You think we will hold ordinal as collateral for like a house, car? I mean, the loan durations are too short for that, right? But like, for example, like if you pay off a loan for your house, or for your car, and you need some extra liquidity for a month, you could basically use Liquidium on financial advice. But we actually had someone who used Liquidium to pay off his, what did he do? Some car reparation, or like some car maintenance. So yeah. Recently started using Liquidium, have been enjoying using, never used this kind of product when I was here. Love it so far. Yeah, thank you very much. Onboarding new people. Welcome, hustle.
Let's go.
Yeah, how do we do it? What is the next challenge for this week, James?
So this week the challenge is to retweet the live stream and comment with repost with what you ate for lunch.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. So whoever gets the most engagement on their reposts will get the 1K Liquidium points.
Let's go.
Yo.
One question, I'm sort of working my way up the leaderboard. Any after what might happen with the points? Points are the alpha. If you've been in Hong Kong, you might know more on that stuff soon.
Especially if you're a perceptive type of person, you can put 2 to 2 together, kind of a thing. 2 + 2 = 5, kind of a thing.
But yeah, points are the alpha. But what I also wanted to say here is like, I mean, points are nice, right? Points are incentivization tool. But for us, it's important that people love using the product because they hear a use case behind that, right? So, just wanted to mention that. And I'm happy seeing people using it.
Yeah. One thing I'll throw out there is you guys should check out the project up and coming originals, if you like to take a look at things with real world asset backings and things like that, maybe you guys want to take a look at that. We've been talking with that project a little bit as well, trying to see what's cooking there. Always trying to keep our ear to the ground and stay connected with everybody in the ecosystem so that we can have mutually beneficial, things going on that'll further the space.
Yes. And if there's any feedback on how we do stuff, like how we do stuff or something like this, please feel free to use our help. That Liquidium.5 thing, you can also DM me. I won't respond that fast, but I will respond. And yeah.
Shouts out to the legend Mo working the chat.
Yes, sir. Mo. And to everyone, Mo is the most, like the best community moderator you can have. Shout out to you, Mo. We love you. I think the whole Discord loves you. You're doing an awesome job.
It's pretty much his Discord, bro.
Greetings to you. He owns it.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think that about brings us to the end of our episode today. You guys make sure you repost and comment with what food you ate on your repost, and that we'll see who gets the most. Maybe we pick a couple people like we did this time again. I think the last couple times we've picked a few people. Might keep it interesting, keep you on your toes, but make sure you participate in that. And we love having you guys here. Thank you for your attendance.
And something else. Today we were 7 listeners continuously, which was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Some people from Twitter. Would be also would be also cool. If you have friends using Liquidium and so on, you enjoy the lunch club, invite them to the next lunch club. Have a lunch club with them together. Maybe they like it too. I think it's pretty valuable to have such discussions, such shows, as it's important for us to kind of be as close to the community as possible. Feel free to share the alpha, share the words, and
it's a great point.
Maybe I will be at the next lunch club too.
Yeah, there we
Let's
go. See. So if you guys have any friends that are on other chains doing things on Solana, Ethereum, wherever, Cardano, we don't bite. Come on, bring them through. We can help answer any questions, introduce them to the platform, and help get them on their journey of earning some yield with Bitcoin. So with that being said, we will see you lovely people next week. Peace.
See you.